Hi, I'm Kirk James Folk, and I'm here to read you a little piece from my book, In the Seam. This is the, instead of parts, I call them threads to go with the theme of the book. So this is the beginning of thread 2, In the Seam. This is where the characters that we have just met in the previous part first arrive in the seam. Okay? So thread 2, In the Seam. It begins with a thought. The thought burrows deeper and festers into need. The need becomes an urge, and an urge leads to action. The action punctures a hole in the fabric. The hole widens and is filled with intent. What is the nature of this intent? What if it is malice? Chucklehead is the name of this chapter now. Ivan was awakened by a persistent buzzing and agitated breeze. He opened his eyes and recoiled in horror. A monstrous arthropod oscillated above him. Although their hyperflutter made it difficult to gauge with any accuracy, the insect had at least a 3-foot wingspan. Its legs resembled black and white sticks of twitching pasta, affixed to a foot-long shell of mottled yellow, purple, and red. From a head the size of a shiny maroon softball, its fathomless green eyes zeroed in on the prize. Its 8-inch-long proboscis hung poised to plunge into Ivan's neck. A spaghetto! Unlike the garden variety of vampire, spaghettos prefer their victims to have recently ingested Parmesan and garlic. They literally suck the spaghetti sauce from their prey. Earlier at Pop's, Ivan had gorged on an Italian meatball sub slathered in marinara. The spaghetto dunked its hideous honker and thwack! A perfect line drive imprinted the insect into the wall behind Ivan's head. Get up, Buster, we got work to do. The slugger was enormous in height and girth, but his tiny, childish head was dwarfed by his massive shoulders. Bouncing on his left leg, he swung the instrument of insect destruction from his shoulder and squelched it back on its stump. The leg was a pockmarked, decaying shaft of wood attached to a toilet plunger. I'm Chucklehead. Let's get truckin' before your breath rings the dinner bell for more of your friends. He reached down and hauled Ivan to his wobbly feet. Chucklehead had been an exemplary child. He was polite to his elders and wiped his feet at the door. He said, "No thanks, please pass the salt, and excuse me if he burped." Regrettably, he was also cursed with curiosity. If intrigued, he must investigate. Had Chucklehead been a cat, he would have cashed in on his 9 lives long, long ago. At age 5, while playing with his elder brothers in the woods behind his house, something shiny caught his eye. Quicker than you could say, "Hold the hot sauce, hombre," Chucklehead was on his knees digging in the leaves. It's common knowledge that a bear trap can easily snap a 2x4 in half. It took a week for the doctors to find a safe method to separate head from metal. Unfortunately, the trap was not the only thing that suffered irrevocable damage. That's a tough word to say, let me tell you. Chucklehead's thick skull prevented the jaws from damaging his brain, but from that day forth his body grew while his head did not. Due to extensive nerve and tissue damage, his face was frozen at the age of 5. Ivan gawked at his rescuer. The visage looming above him was covered in scars. His right nostril appeared to have been gnawed off. His big blue eyes shone with childlike wonder, but his lips were the bruised, bloody beats of a backyard brawler. He had a cauliflower ear and a potato chin. He was practically his own salad bar. Both of his hands were missing at least 2 fingers, and the ones that remained were in need of a manicure. He was 7 foot 5 inches tall, but his wooden leg had termites. As the bugs dined on his prosthetic, his right side dwindled from shoulder to sole, from 6 foot 7 inches to 6 foot 1 inch in 5.6 days. He was lopsided, to say the least, and in dire need of a peg replacement. "Can you move?" Ivan serviced mid-gape. Yeah, I'm fine. Where are we?" "We're in a corridor leading to the dungeon." "Duh! Where do you think we are?" Ivan flinched. "Dungeon? I was just in a bar getting pummeled. Now I'm almost a cocktail for a mutant bug. Sorry if I'm a little disoriented." "You're going to have to trust me. I'll explain it all later," assured Chucklehead, stuffing Ivan beneath his armpit like a rolled-up rug. The boys' muffled protestations echoed down the corridor as they lumbered away. There you have it.